Hello everyone, and welcome back to Divinity, Original Sin. So, last time we defeated I think the ghoul that guards the lighthouse was his actual name. He's a boss. And now I wanted to look at some of the stuff I got from him. I'm still one level too low to properly use the clobbering time weapon that he dropped, but it is very, very strong compared to these the blackjack I'm currently using, which means I will be using it. Basically, it's intended for level 5. It says item level 5 right on top. And instead of saying I can't use it because I'm only level 4, it says you can use it, but it's going to basically be harder for you to use, so it costs more action points. Same thing here, for example, for this two-handed sword, which is quite nice as well, but I'll stick to one-handed. But it similarly costs more action points to use the standard attack on it because I'm just not good enough. Once we're back in town, I suspect I will have to go through all the other stuff that I found. I have a magical poison arrow. That's an earth spell. I don't currently have anyone who does earth magic, I believe, right? Do you have geomancer abilities? You do. Okay, so you could actually learn that. Okay. It also requires level 7, so it's going to be 3 more levels until we can use it, but at least I have it now. I was going to check if there's anything else. There's this staff, but I happen to have this really nice legendary staff, which I'll stick to. Just because of its nice bonuses to crit chance, intelligence, HP, it can set cursed. I believe the chance to set cursed is only if I really sort of actually hit someone with it instead of using spells. I'm not entirely certain on that though. But yeah, I think this is better than whatever else I found. Oh yeah, I was going to go through this stuff and in the meantime keep healing my guys. But I think there isn't actually much left to go through. I know I have a lot of random items that I have to go through in town, but for now we can still keep exploring a little bit. I should have started my timer, shouldn't I? Oh well. Because now, of course, that we've killed the ghoul that guards the lighthouse, we can enter the lighthouse. Like so. And the only thing to do in here is to go down. You can't go up, it's blocked. And in here we have a chest, which I'll gratefully loot. And I'll talk to the wandering ghost.
I spotted something interesting.
Yes, a ruby. Is that what you... There you go. I think he was referring to the ruby.
Destiny. I see your eyes before me still.
Yeah, we have some background talk. Unfortunately that's linked to sort of the same volume as standard voices, which I want to be loud, so... I'll talk over it, but you can basically read pretty much what he says in the dialogue, chat, combat log, whatever. And I'll loot the skeleton and take the sword and empty potion flasks as well. Because I can use these to make potions, of course. Actually, I might be able to show that. Who has crafting? You have crafting, right? You do not. Do you have crafting? I want someone who has at least one pointing. You do, okay. And then I need to take mushrooms. Which ones? I think penny bun mushrooms. And those empty potion flasks. And hand them over. And I just drop them on top of each other. Confirm, and he's going to be making two 2 of these minor healing potions. Now I can then click, what is it, control? There's something I could click. Yes, shift and drag basically to split up stacks. And I can take 2 minor healing potions and drop them on top of each other. Could I? I forgot how exactly it works. I think you can combine... Do I just put more mushrooms? No. You can combine 2 minor healing potions to make a bigger one, I think. But I forgot how exactly it works. Ah, okay, so it says not enough crafting. I suspect I need crafting 2 to do that. Might as well spec that then. Yes, I have to keep control pressed while I do the drag and drop, so it doesn't combine stacks. It actually does the combination craft. As you can see, 2 minor healing potions will actually heal for a total of 104 health. And the medium healing potion actually gives 6 points of healing less, but it's only 1 potion, and using potions in combat consumes action points. Okay, so I'm glad I could show you that now. And charm, why don't we talk to Samson?
Greetings!
What's this? Living eyes that can see the shape of death? Avert your gaze, wanderer, for you are looking upon the phantom of a murderer. So tell me about yourself. Samson was my name a long time ago. By the way, I'm drinking some coffee on the side, so I'm hoping that's not too annoying. And I'm trying to combine my morning routines with the LP recordings, so I can actually get some recording done. Actually, I know not why upon my death I became a ghost, doomed to haunt this tower. Perhaps the gods heard of my crime and stripped me of my rightful place in their eternal realm. If so, their punishment was just. Each night I wake the flame in the lighthouse to repent for my wretched sin. Okay, so why do you call yourself a murderer? That indeed is the tainted title I must bear, and deservedly so. For 15 years ago to the day, it was that I sat atop my lighthouse, the flame unlit, and watched on as a pitiable ship crashed upon the cliff and got devoured by greedy waves. Deliberately I had forgone to do my duty. Willfully did I condemn every soul aboard to a salty sleep on the bed of an indifferent sea. Okay, why? Just look at the size of that bow, by the way. I like it. Anyway, why did you do it? Why did I commit this act of blackest horror? Jealousy, anger, the bitter anguish of a broken heart. Those are the ancient ills that drove me to madness. Desdemona was on board, as I knew she would be, my wife, the delicate beauty of whom I was sure she was betraying me with her friend, the dashing Faladar. If anyone knows Othello, might seem a little familiar. Possessed as I was by the demons of envy, ire, and torment, I decided that if I had her love no longer, only death could take her for his mistress, and so I sat here, coldly and calmly, as I delivered them both unto the deep. Yet no sooner had the water closed its spumming jaws around the perishing vessel below that the extent of my offence dawned on my beleaguered mind. Overcome with guilt, I sought escape through the hangman's noose, but rest was not to come. Okay, so... I heard there might be an undead lair here. Sirens in the background. Sadly, I can't filter them out because I talked over it. I heard there might be an undead lair here. Do you know anything about that? I'll... Speaking very... badly again, I'm sorry. Skeletons roam the lands, restless as my troubled soul, but you'll not find their lair here. Some scuttle by now and again, but most of the time I reside here in solitude. Solitude and silence.
Bye!
Okay, well... the sort of... When you start talking to someone and leave their dialogue and such, you know, the bye you just did, which sound really cheerful, those are, I think, generic sound samples that are shared by a lot of NPCs. So he's not actually cheerful, it's just sort of...
that I could drown in their endless azure and end this torment.
Okay, I just really would like to open this container. Okay, now we can talk to each other again to have some internal party dialogues. Incidentally, for anyone who's pedantic about things, A dialogue is not just a conversation between two people. I think that would be a duologue. A dialogue can be between any number of people. Could be just one person, in which case it would be a monologue, which is a special case of a dialogue, or it could be between hundreds of people. It's all called dialogue. If it's just two people, and specifically two people, and that's what you're really trying to get at, it's a duologue. Sorry. Felt like saying that. Okay, now, you. Didn't I just have the option to talk to my party member? Why is it now gone? Wow. Okay, I'm hoping... Well, probably didn't miss much. And it might just come back. However, I have explored this lighthouse section. I'm not sure if I'm really strong enough to go... Well, I know I'm not strong enough to go to the beach. I might be strong enough to go to the right side section here. So let's go for Scythial North Gate. I mean, we've had a few action-packed episodes anyway, so I don't feel bad if I now do a little more relaxed, fun time stuff. And as I said before, I found that there is actually a healer available quite early in the game. I went back to the King Crab in every single time that I had taken any damage, because there's a bed there where you can sleep, and sleeping restores health. It's quite a pain. Right, Esmeralda's door. I suspect I can bash that in now, actually. I forgot to really mention it, but the clobbering time, not only does it do more damage than the weapon I had beforehand, it also is unbreakable. So there's no real harm in just trying to bash someone's door in. That should be right here. Because, usually attacking objects like doors and barrels and all that will be very, very bad for your weapon's durability. Yeah, that's a little better, but I think I can show you that without feeling bad about it. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter for this weapon because it doesn't have durability. It'll never break. It'll never need to be fixed. So it's quite nice. Yeah, this is a lot faster now. There we go. Who needs lockpicks anyway?
We legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither orc nor demon.
Oh? What if you were to be ambushed, caught unawares?
Oh, she's such a flirt. Okay, so there's a few things we can find in here. For example, we have the perfect murder. Which is,
book about setting up the perfect crime.
Yeah, she does have interesting taste in literature. I could loot this place to my heart's content now, actually. Unlike in a game like Oblivion, unless someone sees me steal this, there's really not much of a consequence. I can take it and sell it, and it's not like the guy I'm trying to sell the item to instantly, specifically knows that it's stolen. Unlike in, I think Skyrim had this system as well. I didn't do much stealing in Skyrim though, to be honest. There's the inner chest key, which is useful to have. There's some gold. Here's a chest, which I think that's locked, right?
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus.
Oh, and we have a secret cellar. I don't think I'll go through everything that's here, but let me just move this to the side, and then a explore the place a little bit. I know there's secrets to be had here. As you can see, there's that room which doesn't appear to have an entrance to it. Can't reach. Okay, so I will need the iron key. Hey, a rat.
Yes? Goodbye!
Oh dear. that good boy sound sample is just... I mean, I'm not certain if it's goodbye or good boy. It sort of sounds like a combination of both, but wow, that's a really terrible sound sample. We have a chest in here, which contains some good stuff. And as you notice, well, essentially my sort of cursor gets this red color to it when I'm doing something that is considered theft. If a guard were watching me, or if the owner of the item were watching me, they would obviously notice and probably attack me or mark me as a criminal, stuff like that. But if there's no one watching, there's not really any consequence. I just basically get free stuff. Now, there was a secret entrance to get into this place, and I think it was hidden by one of those screens. Just don't know which one. I'm just going to get rid of all of them now. Roasted pork dish. Okay, I'll take you. Ah, there it is.
Ah, so that's what that did.
A secret button. I could take all these cups, they're actually quite valuable. Oh, wow! Another legendary. That's pretty insane. My first playthrough, which I've gotten further than this, I haven't gotten any legendaries. I've gotten a few uniques, like the clobbering time, but I think that's, if not completely guaranteed, then almost guaranteed. Here we have a bloody dagger.
A bloody dagger? Could this have been involved in the crime?
It certainly piques one's interest, doesn't it?
A zombie painting? Interesting. Okay. Well, a bloody dagger is a bit of an indicator. I'm checking the bookshelves because they might contain skill books, and those I would actually want. Or a blank earth scroll, I guess. I'll take it. It keeps saying I steal stuff, but as I said, all for the greater good and such. You know what it's like in an adventure game like this. Well, it's not an adventure game, it's an RPG, but we are adventurers, basically. And I really want to know what this chain armor does now, so... Or this mail armor, actually. So I'm going to identify it quickly. Send it back over to Strange, because he's my heavy guy. 19 armor rating. Does impede my movement, of course. Dexterity, speed, armor specialist. Wow. Just all the bonuses. I mean, dexterity isn't something I'm particularly in need of, but it does improve my defensive rating. Makes me a little more evasive. Let's see how much. It goes from 16 to 21, so that's okay. Armor specialist +1. Actually, what else do I get? I get an additional action point. Oh yeah, that's from speed +1. Speed determines action points, so I get more of those. Okay, that's pretty cool. Maybe I should check more crates and chests. I seem to be quite lucky. And that's not just from the oh, what's its face? Not just from the lucky trait that I have, it's also from just being more lucky in this playthrough. I have that trait which gives me a chance to find better items, but that's actually... I think that didn't trigger when I found that legendary, so that's nice.
Not in the mood for cheese. Holes than a slice of this.
Now, there are more things to be done in here, because, does it tell me the key I
my good man.
found.
A drink, if you please.
Please, do keep shouting in my ear.
Wait, I want to talk to the waitress. I don't think I did that yet, did I? I don't know. I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot. Yeah. So you're the waitress? Well, she's called waitress. That's a bit of an indicator. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest. Okay, so about the night of Jake's murder. I thought, instead of doing some boring selling stuff, I'd do some investigation stuff. Which is a little more interesting, I feel. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she were visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I ain't proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Yvard fling that door open, but I was paralyzed with fright. Okay, so let's go in and continue our trying to find out what happened. I know it's investigation, but I thought it was funny. And in here we have a letter from the Duke of Ferrol. In Esmeralda's, I think in her basement or maybe in just her place, we found the key to this chest.
It's official. The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
Oh,
In
yes.
his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
We definitely have to read
So
this.
we meet yet another adulterous harpy. No doubt she's guilty as sin.
We found another very nice, just sort of... as I said, I love the writing in the game. Dearest Esme, your lips are red as emeralds, your hair is black as birch, your love is like cholesterol, and oh my heart it hurts. I want to hold you in my arms and stroke your little head. And all this would be easier if Councillor Jake were dead. Forever yours, the D of F. I know I'm sort of swooning a little over the game, but...
Force was in play here, all right. But that doesn't solve the mystery.
Not quite, but
For it,
we
but to keep
actually...
looking for more clues.
Yeah. We know who the D of F is. D of E is the Duke of Edinburgh, which is why I sort of skipped to that. And no, I never did the DOE award, just... Anyway, Duke of Ferrol.
Greetings.
So what do you know about Jake's murder? Oh, actually. Oh, hello, I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. Yes, I am. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Councillor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm. I thought I could confront him about the letter. Tell me about yourself. I'm the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers. Wow, that TH problem. Gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Bye!
I think I'm definitely going to be able to confront Esmeralda. And I don't think she's too offended that we searched her place. Well, she might be a little. Last time it was okay. Yeah, he definitely is the worst poet in Rivellon. Red as emeralds, black as birch. Your love is like cholesterol and oh my heart it hurts. I like that line. Tastes like bad cholesterol, but it spreads like good cholesterol. No, the other way around, right? Tastes like good cholesterol, but it spreads like bad cholesterol. Anyway. Charm, why aren't you moving? Oh, you are moving, good. I think a day might have passed, by the way, so we might be able to get new spells from...
Catch me, for I might faint.
Esmeralda, you are a ruthless flirt.
Back again?
Okay, let's discuss your husband's murder. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you had better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims. Yeah, this love letter seems kind of incriminating. Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion. I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus. Okay, then explain the bloodied knife. Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. Perhaps, okay. What'll you think of next, accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan? I found your book about planning the perfect murder. Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute? It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see? Always on the lookout for plotting rivals? Always trying to be one step ahead? Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense of survival. Well, that seems all very valid. How about you confess? But all of it is circumstantial. I have a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me, and yet you've been training me like a bloodhound. People seem to want to believe I am guilty, so let me tell you something I've been keeping to myself. Perhaps it may yet lead you to the true culprit. Over the last few months, Jake grew distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentleman he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theleron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believed to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her, or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood. Okay, interesting. I mean, she appears to be innocent, right? She explained everything. I mean, if her husband was into cooking, there would be a bloody knife there. If he was afraid of murder, he would want to know how to set up a perfect murder. And obviously they were his items, because, well, they were married, so they would be in her place, right? And similarly, that love letter, I mean, can't blame her for someone else sending her a love letter, right? Okay, so tell me about Evelyn. I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye, and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silver Glen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a legion escort I'll never know, though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply. By the way, that THS thing, I will always pronounce that terribly. Okay, I'll take my leave then.
Bye.
So, well, there's no real need to arrest anyone. Thinking I might want to talk to Aureus, though. I know I'm going back and forth a lot, but hey, we've had some action in the last few episodes. It's time for peace and quiet and rest, and hope my spoon in the cup isn't too loud. But I really don't like black coffee. It's sort of a misnomer actually calling this coffee. It's more milk and sugar with a little bit of coffee added. I don't know. I like the taste of it, but just coffee by itself is too bitter for my taste. I don't know. It doesn't technically classify as coffee, I guess. It's a little weak for that. Some weak tea. Figuratively speaking, of course. Aureus.
Back again?
Okay, so about matters concerning the Legion. Let's discuss the expeditions about that lighthouse. So there are only a handful of undead and a whiny ghost to be found about the lighthouse, are there? Then where the hells are my legionnaires? Oh, right. Let's change the subject. I'll take my leave. I forgot to talk to the legionnaires. Of course, that was silly. Sicil West. Yep. After having cleared the place, I can obviously now tell the legionnaires that are sort of hiding in fear that it's all safe. And yeah, I could be evil and sort of tell Aureus that these guys are cowards, but quite frankly, considering the things they've been through, it's understandable enough, and there's no reason to force them to stay here. How did it go? Don't spare any details. We need to make a full report to the captain. Now that's an interesting story. Clean the grit from your ears and I'll tell you all about it. Indeed. Now there's a story worthy of an audience. Okay. So let me get this straight. There's a ghost inside operating the lighthouse, and you managed to do away with the bad beasties at the base of the thing. Sounds like a job well done. And I'm sure Aureus will be thrilled to hear we did it. Another triumph for Legion. Legion daring do. If this doesn't buy us a ticket home, nothing will.
Until we meet again.
Okay. And back to Seal
Now where is
North
my
Gate.
pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
Incidentally, if you ever want to catch a rabbit, one of the methods to do it is to put down a stone, a big stone, put a carrot on top of the stone, and then put some pepper on the carrot. And the rabbit will come close, he will smell on the carrot to see if it's good, he will inhale the pepper, and he will sneeze, thus banging his head on the stone, breaking his head, and he's dead. Alternatively, you could sit in a field and imitate the noise of a growing carrot to lure them in. That wasn't funny at all, I think, right? And here we are. Look, they made it back faster than we did, telling the story of their glory. Okay, well, look at what the cat dragged in. My brave troops were just telling me how they proudly vanquished the undead near the lighthouse. Did you get to witness my valiant soldiers in action? And again, I could now basically tell them that, you know, actually we did that, but I don't know. I think these guys deserve to go home after losing the rest of their troops. It's fine. Knowing we've helped is reward enough. Yep, quite the pair of heroes you have here, there. Bravest guards we've met, like lions. Yet I bet you learned quite the lesson watching the Legion in action. Now as for my two braves here, they shall prepare to leave Sizeal post-haste. You're going home, Legionnaires, as is your just reward. Thank you, Captain. All in a day's work.
Until we meet again.
Okay. You must apologize, you must forgive me for not doing the voice acting. I can sort of do some interesting voices at times, but it doesn't end up sounding very good. And I can't remember how I did the voices, so they'll always be different, and there's no sort of sense of identifying with the character anyway. I'm sorry. But everybody got a level up. So that's nice. I got a skill point, which I could now spend. Could improve my single-handed skill. I think I'll actually do that. And yeah, this level up we only got skill points.
Think that's funny.
I don't know what I really want to buff, but I think I want to go back in actually.
Attention!
Okay, you could... No, I can't improve your expert marksmanship.
March!
I don't really know what I want you to do yet, so... keep the points, we'll use them later. And you only have 1 point because I used the other one on your crafting, right? Yeah. So again, I'll just wait. Yeah, I'll talk to Arhu, who's now not a cat. Arhu, let me talk to you. Thank you. I really just want to see if you've got new spells. Oh, we're at the end of an episode. Tell you what, in between episodes, I will be going back to the merchants in town and be selling a lot of this useless junk I've accumulated. Like for example, the light gold cup. I can sell this for about 200 gold. I could get more of that stuff from Esmeralda's house. Again, he doesn't know it's stolen, it doesn't influence the value, but yeah, as I said, in between episodes I'll just go around and sell all the junk I don't need or don't want. I hope that's okay, but really it's not very interesting. I wouldn't mind learning Bless. That wouldn't be bad, I guess. It's another buff giving a bonus to chance to hit, which is quite nice. So I'll keep that. It only how much? Oh, it only costs 3 action points, so that's quite good. Similar to the Oath of Desecration, which it's Desecration, isn't it? Might have gotten that wrong again. It's a nice buff for my other characters, mostly my combat-based characters, and Boulder Bash. Might want this. It's sort of such. I don't have much money, so yeah. But I'll just put it over here, and there. And then I'll see how much I can actually get for all the stuff I have to sell, and we'll see how it all balances out. I hate this. It's so it's quite valuable, but it's also an ingredient, so probably won't sell it. Anyway, I'll be dealing with all this stuff, yeah, before next episode. So I guess I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.